Okay, why is tilka feminine? Does anybody know? There's a test. Anybody knows why tilka is feminine? It's test if you've been revising. Anybody? Tilka is feminine because adar is feminine. Why is it feminine? There's no apparent reason. Chapter 2, because there are some words which are feminine for no apparent reason. Okay, Nazir, are you here?
Yeah.
Okay, number 6, please. هؤلاء الأشخاص قتلوا أولاد الصغار.
هؤلاء أشخاص قتلوا أولاد السيجارة. Okay. هؤلاء is those. أشخاص. أشخاص means
It's a plural of shakhsun.
so those persons.
Yeah, those individuals.
Those individuals.
So
قتلوا.
does it tell me it means those individuals? It doesn't mean those are individuals.
Those are individuals means أشخاص. الأشخاص.
No. If, you know, these you said it means those individuals. I'm not. How would you say those are individuals? What's the difference? How do you say it in Arabic?
Those are individuals.
How do you say that? I'm just asking you. I'm not saying you're wrong or anything.
أشخاص.
Yes.
هؤلاء
أشخاص. Yes. So that's good. Okay. So هؤلاء أشخاص means those are those individuals. Yes.
Yeah. هؤلاء
without al.
Yes. Go on.
Without al, it will be those are.
Those are individuals.
Okay, sir.
Okay. And
Why the sentence?
Yes. Go on.
This is not starting with verb over here.
Okay, we said most of the time, usually we start with the verb first, but that's not the rule. You know, you could start once as you get more advanced, you could see different ways of writing a same sentence. So there's a different rules. If you started with the verb first, the verb would be, what's the difference? The verb has to be, when the sentence starts with the verb has to be what? What's the conditions for a verb?
Has to be in the
Has to be singular. If it comes in middle of the verb and the subject is already mentioned before, then we have to use the number that matches with what's been mentioned before. You understand?
So, sir, can the same sentence be right like by starting the sentence with verb?
Yes. But if you write it like that,
we will use the singular form of the verb, right?
Yes. You will say قتل هؤلاء الأشخاص أولاده. Yes. Carry on, Nazir. Finish it off, please.
Yeah. Okay. هؤلاء أشخاص قتلوا. So those individuals killed. قتلوا killed. أولاده صغيرة. أولاده صغيرة. الصغارة. أولاده الصغارة. الصغارة is مضاف إليه. صغارة. Young boys. قتلوا أولاده الصغارة.
What's who mean?
أولاده. Okay.
Get
his
it?
أولاده. His young boys.
His young boys, yes. Ulad,
Yeah.
it is ulad is accusative, is the object. It's mudaf. It's at one. That's why it's at one fatha. Who is mudaf ilayhi means his. So his children. Asigara is the adjective of ulad. So his young children. Why is sigara plural?
Because أولاد is plural.
But sometimes when you say ulad is broken plural, yes.
Yeah.
So why when you say why is it in feminine singular? Why is it sigirata? Why is it asigara? Because broken plural is only considered feminine if it refers to non-male human beings. But here it refers to male boys.
Yeah, correct.
So,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
it's considered plural for agreement purposes. Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
أخاه is مضاف إليه.
Yes.
Then it مضاف إليه should be genitive.
Okay. So
أخاه.
so ahuhu, or is when is ahu is nominative, or akhahu when akha is accusative. Where's the mudaf ilayhi here? Which one is mudaf? Which one is mudaf ilayhi?
عرفته is
No, there's no alif. No, ahuhu. Forget ahuhu
أخ is
is
مضاف and who is مضاف إليه.
yes.
But
So
who,
so you're saying who should be genitive?
yes.
It's genitive, but who is one of those words which doesn't change. It doesn't take fatha or kasra. It does take
That is
kasra
also
sometimes,
dipped
but for
up.
written purposes.
Who is also dipped up.
No, it's
That-
called mabni. It's called indeclinable. It doesn't change at all.
Okay.
Sometimes it's like if you have akhihi. So if you want to say ana, I am with ma'a akhi, he. It gets takes kasra. Okay, what ana is I, ma'a means with, which is the preposition. So akhi becomes genitive.
Genitive.
So we said akhu is accusative, nominative. Akha is accusative and akhi is genitive. So that's why it's akhi. So here it takes kasra not because it's mudaf ilayhi, not because it's mudaf ilayhi. It takes kasra because there's a ya before it. And we mentioned in the last lesson, if there's a ya before it or there's a kasra before it, it takes the ha here will take a kasra. So this is for written purposes. This is not for like really grammatical. Because if you say akhihu, it doesn't. It's difficult to say. So Arab just say akhihi. But who, like we call it indeclinable. It doesn't really change. It's not like fatha when it's accusative or kasra when it's genitive. Does it make sense?
Yes.
So number 2, you want to do that, Nilofer? This is a good man and that is a bad woman.
This is a good man. هذا
Yes.
رجل. هذا رجل, a man. رجل.
Yes. Yes.
And means wa, and that ذلك.
Hada rajulun. Yeah, okay.
هذا رجل.
Zalika is for masculine because we want to say woman, so we use feminine, which is tilka. Tilka is, you have to memorize all that, but I'm telling you now because we just did it today. Tilka.
Tilka.
Woman
Bad. Miss woman is Imran.
Imra'atun.
Imra'atun. And Imra'atun is bad. Men. Bad woman.
Yeah. So how do you say bad?
Means bad means.
I've done bad words.
Bad means dirty. Wasiful.
That's
Bad
dirty.
is dirty.
No, that's dirty, isn't it? Have you done any word, guys, which means bad?
No, we haven't actually. We did only good.
Okay.
Hasana.
So it'll be like sayyi'atun or something like that.
Sorry. Bad is
Sayyi'atun.
Sayyatun. So Haza Rajulun.
So it doesn't give you a word and it expects you to know. I don't know why. Sayyi'atun.
Imrana.
How do you say Imratun, not Imrana?
Imratun.
So how do you say good man? Hada rajulun?
Haza Rajulun. This is a good man.
Yeah. How do you say good?
Good. Good. طيب طيب
طيب.
طيب
هذا رجل طيب
هذا رجل طيب
وتلك امرأة سيئة.
وتلك امرأة سيئة.
Maybe you could use kabihatun or something like that, which means ugly, but we haven't done sayyatun, so okay. The tree has good shade. Okay. Okay. Afrin, number 4. These Arabs are nice. No, sorry, not number 4. Forget number 4. Number 5.
those men have not arrived so far.
Those men have not arrived so far. Until the hour. You know, we done until the hour. So these things you should keep in mind what we've done in the exercise. So if you, like, when you're doing translating this, anybody, and you struggle, you just could go, we done until the hour before. So, okay, so, sorry?
No, nothing.
Say it again?
Hatta asati.
Yes, so okay, yeah, yes, that's right. Hatta sa'ati. So we start off the sentence, the full sentence.
No, sir, actually, I was just telling you until the hour.
Yes, yes, you could do the, do the full sentence now. Yes.
Those men have not arrived.
Do the full sentence.
Yes. Ma basar tu.
Okay, ma means not. Okay, so it's
Okay,
not.
okay, it's those men. So we will start with those men. Right, sir?
If you want to do that, yes, but you could also use the normal way is start with the verb first. Yes, so let's do it that way.
Ma basar tu.
Ma wasaltu.
Not arrived.
Ma wasaltu. What does that mean? Ma wasaltu. Go back to the verb table. So when the verb is placed first and then the subject is mentioned as a noun, not a pronoun.
Ma wasalta.
No, it's wasala. Third person singular always. This is we done like for the last few chapters. Ma wasala. Because this when the noun, those men, which will be mentioned separately, when that's the case and the verb comes first and the subject will be like a noun coming after, then the verb is always third person singular. Could be masculine, could be feminine, depending on gender. So those men, ma wasala.
Ma wasala. Tanika.
Tanika, why is Tanika?
I don't know.
Look. So those, right? So we're looking at here. So plural, because it doesn't say those two men, it says those men. So you could use ulaika, which is both for masculine and feminine, and let's use ulaika because otherwise too right. So this is ulaika. Okay. So ma wasala ulaika. Okay. Yes.
Ar-rajuluna. Raju. So I don't know.
Men is a singular plural. Men. Men.
Plural.
So rajul is singular or plural? Rajul. Rajulun. What's the plural
Is
of?
it ar-rajuluna?
No. Arijalu.
Ar-rajalu.
Yes, we need to memorize the vocab. This is very essential. Arijalu, yes. Arijalu. What's ma wasala rijalu? So why is it lu?
Because it is the subject.
Okay, yes. Ma wasala ulaika rijalu.
So hatta asati.
Okay. Any questions, anyone? This woman returned from Cairo yesterday. Which? Okay, and Sudais, who hasn't participated? Sudais here? No? Okay. Shariza?
Yes, sir.
How many persons attended that meeting in the council yesterday?
How many come? So it's difficult for me, sir.
Okay, just give me a second. I need to do something. I'll be back. Give me 1 second. People.
How many?
Okay. So if I take you back, Shariza,
It's difficult,
to
sir.
okay, it's okay. It's look. It says. He said here, if you look at what we've done today, he said, where's it gone?
How many is the last one?
Yes.
The last.
Yes.
Come
Last,
on,
the
Last,
last.
last line.
So it says
Last
how many,
How
right?
many
So
boys?
so,
Yeah.
so it means come means how much or how many, and then if you go a bit at the bottom, but that's why if you say it says that when come is used, the following noun, i.e. the noun afterwards, becomes accusative singular. So how many boys? How many boys is kam waladan? Kam comes how many, and then the next noun is not oladan, it's waladan. So it means how many boys. Okay. So similar things apply here. So how many individuals it was? What's the question? How many
how many
people?
person? No, sir.
كم
Yes.
شخصا
رجلا
شخصا
Yes.
شخصا.
Yeah.
شخصا
What do you think, Shariza?
Question I want to wrote down.
So how many we just how do you say how many
Comes.
come? And how do you say persons?
Person is. Um,
Shakhsun is singular, ashkhasun is plural.
Shaksu.
Shakhsun is singular and ashkhasun is plural. We said when we use come, okay, we said when you use come, the word after, the noun after has to be masculine, sorry, not masculine, it has to be accusative singular. So what would it be?
Shaksu.
It has to be accusative. Shakhsun is nominative.
Is
Come shakhsan. Does it, hello?
okay, sir. Come.
Come shakhsan, because it has to be after come, the word has to be accusative. So it has fathas here and has to be singular. Come shakhsan, attended.
How many?
And it's the attended is going to be singular also because it's going to follow shakhsan here. So how many people attended? كم شخصا حضر
حضر doesn't
how do you
mean
say that meeting? How do you say that meeting?
حضر ذلك مجلس
Zali,
ك
yes, al
مجلس
majlis sa susi
a مجلس of the council yesterday.
say it again.
The council
Yes.
says yesterday council.
No, what I'm saying is it majlisu, majlisa, or majlisi?
مجلس
Majlisa. Why is it majlisla? Because it's the it's the object. Yes.
okay. Council
Attended that meeting. Oh, meeting of the council. Sorry. Okay.
meeting of the مجلس.
So that meeting of the council yesterday. Okay, that's interesting.
Yesterday means
No, Zalik al Majlisa means that meeting, but you don't want to say that meeting. You want to say that meeting of the council. How do you say that? Does anybody know? The rule we done when because what's the two things here? We have that which is qualifying the mudaf and mudaf ilayhi, right? He says how many people attended that? Okay, that meeting of the council. So meeting of the council is mudaf and mudaf ilayhi, right? So what did you say when the that or this is qualifying mudaf and mudaf ilayhi? What happens? We're not saying this is the meeting. What happens?
We will put the meeting of the council first, and then we will put that.
Zalika. Yeah.
Yes, that's good. Yes, and you could find that in the PDF above, right?
Yeah.
So it becomes kam ashkhasan. So if I write it at the top in more space, so kam shaksan, because it has to be feminine singular after kam shaksan. Hadara, and what has to come first? Hadara, meeting of the council.
Ijtimau.
Yes.
Majlisa.
Ijtima.
Ijtimau majlisa.
Ijtima'u, what do you think?
Ijtimau.
Why ijtima'u?
Because it's mudaf.
No, it's mudaf, but it doesn't mean it has to be u or every time it's mudaf.
Yeah.
So if you want to say in the house of the man, it'll be fi baytil rajuli, right?
Yeah.
Because the mudaf doesn't have to be nominative. It could be accusative, it could be genitive.
Yeah.
So what's it going to be here?
Ijtima.
Ijtimai.
Yeah, it's going to be accusative because what's the subject is come shaksan. How many people attended? Who attended? We're talking about people. How many people? Ijtima'a al-majlisi.
Majlisi.
Yes.
Zalika.
Zalika.
Zalika amsi.
Shariza, all we're doing is we're covering what we've done above. Okay. So Kam Ashkhasan is in the PDF, which is, I showed you earlier. And the second part where we're saying we're done here. This sentence, this paragraph. If you understand this paragraph, you understand. So this is page 81. And people, if anybody finds the lesson hard, they should be rewatching especially the past they don't understand. You could always rewatch the lesson. Bakhtiyar, are you there?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, you want to do the 1 second. Okay. Let's do question. Okay, well, number 10. What did you demand of your students in the university? Are you there?
Yes, yes. What did you demand your students in the university? What did you demand? What demand is talaba?
Yes.
Yes, demand is a talaba. Talab bata
Yeah, I think all of you
for the
need to memorize the verb. Next question, I'm
talabata
going talabta, talabta,
talabta. Okay,
talabta. Yes. Talabta, okay, it means you demanded. What you want to say? What did you demand?
demand.
So what's the word we use
What
for
did
what?
you? What?
Ma
Ma
talab.
ma
Ma
talab
or maza? Yes.
maza talabta
Ma or maza? Okay. So we could use
maza talabta.
ma or maza. Okay. So you
Oh,
could say uh,
you are a student. You are students. Eh? تلميذك تلاميذك في جامعة
okay. Look.
جامعة
Oh man, what's happening here? It's not working properly. Okay. We say maza
ماذا طلب
or ma talabta. Okay.
ماذا طلبت ماذا طلبت تلاميذك ماذا
Talamizuka.
طلبت تلاميذك
What does that mean? Why is it talamizuka? Why is it talamizuka?
because it is a plural. تلميذ is a singular. تلاميذ is a plural.
Why does talamizuka talamizu
Because
has a
you
dhamma?
are
Why does it have dhamma?
because is mudaf تلاميذك you are
Why does it
تلاميذك
why doesn't it have fatha kasra? Why doesn't it have that? Why does it have dhamma?
تلاميذك ضمة because it's a nominative.
Why is it nominative?
No, sorry, this is a تلاميذ object. This is a subject of the verb talabat.
So what's you then? If the student is the subject, what's you? What's the verb? Verb is to demand. Who demanded? You demand. You
You
demanded.
demanded. Okay.
So what's the subject?
Subject is
Who's demanding?
what did you demand of your student?
Bakhyan, stop thinking. Can you listen to me? Look,
Yes.
yeah, talabta. Here, you are the subject. Who's demanding? You're demanding because
Yes.
soon as you don't see, when the sentence starts with the verb, if it's not third person singular, if it's not talaba or talabat, you know straight away 100% that there can't be another word which is accusative, which is nominative, because the verb is the subject is already hidden here. What's the subject hidden here? Anta.
Okay. Yes.
So you demanded what you demanded. And what's
Your
talamid?
students.
What's your students?
Talamiz.
Okay, look it.
Talamiz.
Okay, look, it tells you here. Demanded of your students. So it says use min.
Min.
So it says ماذا or ما طلبت
من التلاميذ من التلاميذ في الجامعة.
it says from your students. تلاميذي
من التلاميذ تلاميذ
تلاميذي. Like this. Like this.
So this is talamiz.
How do you say your
This
students?
is your students. Your talamizuka. We say talamizuka because you guys
So
for
it's talamizika, right? But it's genitive, so it becomes talamizika.
talamizuka.
Your students. What did you demand from your students?